Rolling, baby.
We are rolling, baby. Episode 2 of the Mathis verdict. And today we have a lot of some crazy cases going around. Interesting, I would say, topic worthy. And we had some viewers that we spoke with, and they reached out to us with some questions, and we're going to be covering a few topics. I got a question though. What did you think about the first episode?
I liked it. It was great. It was dynamic. It was fun. It was serious. Yeah. I had my two daughters who are lawyers.
Yeah,
who knew more than me.
Surprised by your wife.
Yes, giving us the send off. Yeah, that was great. That was great.
And
she got more compliments than everybody, and all she said was hi and good luck. Off good. She kept the viewers, I bet you.
Absolutely. Hey, we need more of her on the show.
Yeah. We gave a lot of insight
keep it
to
raw.
The viewers.
You did. I don't know if I did. I don't know.
Well, I think you did.
I know. I just, I don't like to pump myself up.
You should pump yourself up. You should be like me.
But I just baited you into pumping.
Like an egomaniac.
I just baited you into pumping me up. So that's reverse psychology, egomaniac.
Son, I got where I'm at by being an egomaniac. My head barely fits in the courtroom when I walk out there to the bench. It's so big.
Ooh.
That's why when I fall, if and when I ever fall, people rejoice. Because you got such a big ego, we want to see him. But I get back up.
But it's the reverse psychology ego where they think you have no ego, but you have the biggest because you make them think. Like, I just tricked you there.
You're deceptive. I'm not deceptive. I'm honest. I've got to be honest.
Hey, I will agree with that. And we can, let's get on to this episode, though, because we have, some fun topics. And I had a great time meeting with these callers before and kind of getting their, getting their opinions and questions. And I would love to share with everyone else. So our first caller is Kenethia. How you doing over there?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing over there?
I'm fine. Ready to go.
Where you calling us in from?
I am calling from Austin, Texas.
Okay. You got one of those hot Austin, Texas summers this summer? Power outages?
Oh my God. Every summer in Texas is a hot summer. It's a hot terrible. Texas summer. It's like 105 degrees outside, man. It's crazy out here.
Mm. Well, hopefully the saving some tax money makes it all worth it.
You know it does. I'm not paying state taxes. And property taxes you can buy a house for $100,000 out here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm on my way.
Right? I just need a place with a backup generator and full AC.
That's right. Talk to me.
Yeah, so
that's smart.
I just want to explain. She called me about Cardi B.
Uh-huh.
And so, for everyone who doesn't know out there, Cardi B is being sued for assault and battery by a woman who claimed the rapper hit her with a microphone during a 2023 performance at Dre's Beach Club in Las Vegas. We actually went there together for an after party for one of the fights.
Dre's,
yes. Yeah, for one of the fights. Mm-hmm. According to the lawsuit, Cardi encouraged the crowd to throw water to cool her down, specifically her lower area, her vagina. When the woman just basically did that, the woman basically threw the water towards a cup of water at her, which got on her body and her face. And Cardi threw a mic at her in response. And she said, I said splash water on my pussy and not on my face. The woman says she suffered injuries and emotional distress, especially after the mic was later auctioned for nearly $100,000. Cardi was in charge criminally at the time, but her legal team now calls the suit a shakedown. First of all, let's just talk about how crazy that is.
I'll pick up a couple of things you just said.
Okay.
Cardi B said, throw it on my pussy. Oh, vagina. Please forgive me.
Throw it in my lower area. Let's say lower area.
Throw it in my lower area.
Okay.
Woman threw it in her face. The second question would be, did anyone else throw an object? Right. Or did they just splash the water?
Or was it intentional? Because the thing is that you throwing a water, you can't really.
You can't hold on to a cup.
No, but she threw the full cup at her.
Right.
No, like the full cup of water. She didn't throw the water at her. She said splash me.
That's the point I'm making.
But what if she splashed it at the lower area? You could throw the full cup at the lower area. She wouldn't have minded.
I don't think she intended for anyone to throw a cup at her. I don't think that's what her request entailed. Throw a cup or a bottle of water.
All right, so I think that she was encouraging people to splash her with water, whether cups and everything. But the lady just took the full cup and chugged it at her.
You look to be sweating right now. Would you like some water? Would you like me to splash you with water?
What do you think about here?
I'm gonna throw this cup at you.
Let's get your opinion. What do you think about this?
I took the time to watch the video.
Okay.
I really wanted to, just kind of see what was happening there. There were several things that I noticed. She did ask the crowd she was hot as hell. Throw water on me. Throw me some water. Give me some water. She had already moved on from that point and was actually singing her song.
Oh.
When the girl threw the water at her. If you could see in the video that, she's moved on from the point. She's even turning around, slap it on my ass, put the water on my ass, whatever. She's moved on from that point. She's now singing a song. She steps in front of the girl. She just chucks that water at her. And you can see by Cardi B's face, she wasn't expecting that. Which is a clear indicator to me that moment had passed.
She threw the object at her, not even just the water. She threw the object.
Did she throw the entire cup also?
Yeah, she just threw the water.
See, I like her analysis.
She didn't throw I thought the cup hit her.
She got doused with like a full cup of water.
By the woman.
Yeah, by the woman. You can tell that when she got that water splashed on her, she wasn't expecting it. It was by surprise. And we all know Cardi B is prone to kick somebody in the chest and fight. So I would have expected that response. But my question is this really about being hurt? Or is this about a viral moment where she made, or whoever made $99,000? I'm thinking it's a money grab.
That's what their attorney says. Opinion. That's what the defense says. I'll point out a couple of things. One, what Cardi B is alleging, or what the plaintiff could allege, is that one, I don't know when she cools off. I don't know when she was cooled off. So I thought she might still be hot.
She never said stop throwing water.
And the other thing, however, what she did, if Cardi B would be considered assault. And why didn't the woman file charges?
I don't know why she didn't file charges, because she found that it was better to get the money
than to get her in jail. You can do both. Ask OJ. God bless his soul.
Right.
So, yeah, she could have gotten off on the criminal charge, but paid on the civil, or convicted of the civil, convicted of the criminal, and then certainly that would boost her claim for a civil award. So that's where I'm at with it. One, you didn't go to the police after your so-called assault. Two, has she said any damages she suffered? Was she hurt? Did she have a bruise? Did she have a cut? Did she have a permanent injury? Does she have a twitch now?
She said,
Does she have a twitch where she walk around? Is that caused her a twitch? What damages did she suffer?
You know what she said too?
What?
The damages that she suffered was the embarrassment from the video going viral, and also for the microphone selling for $99,000. And she said that that's all emotional damage to her.
Caused her emotional distress. That's what I'm saying. Right. And what does she say is the symptoms of her emotional distress?
Embarrassment.
Does she? Symptoms, exactly. Right? No, you got to show some what. Did you go to counseling? Did they tell you you can never? Did she tell the counselor, as she stated to some psychologist, that I can never go back to another concert because of that? If I go back to the concert, I would shiver walking. Every time I drive by an arena, I start shivering. Right. Or ever since then, Your Honor, I wake up, a psychologist, a doctor, I wake up and after a dream of her throwing that, and I just can't sleep anymore. And so I can't function. And such and such. Did she do all that? Well, if she did, then that is evidence or symptoms of emotional distress.
Right.
So if she has that as part of her lawsuit, the the symptoms she exhibited the symptoms of emotional distress. And I'm just kidding about the twitch, but hey, I've heard that. Over the years, I've heard somebody come before, particularly when I was a sitting judge in Detroit. Well, Your Honor, I got a twitch now. And then they started doing it in court.
Yeah.
But no, it's the symptom. Did you hear anything like that? Did she say what the emotional distress caused in terms of physical or psychological, other than embarrassment?
No, what she said was previously she had suffered some sort of accident and was like in the house and couldn't leave, and she had to learn how to walk and all this stuff over again. Right? So now
that's not funny.
Like,
that's not funny. This woman's health condition.
If it is serious, yes, it's not funny.
I find it to be a bit of a stretch, but but that's just me in my
think we all.
No, I think you're talking about something different. Let me stop you because I don't want to say something and laugh at something that's incorrect. You said that she had to learn to walk as a result of a previous accident.
Previous
accident. Not the one
throwing.
Okay, that's what we thought was ridiculous. But if she had a pre-existing problem and it was aggravated by that, the question then becomes: was it reasonable to believe that Cardi B should have had any idea that she has some type of phobia because of her previous health condition that had to learn how to walk? But how does she say that relates to what Cardi B did?
She said that as a result of this incident, the embarrassment and going viral and the mic selling for $99,000, make sure you put that in there because that's the real point there.
Yeah.
She felt like she had to be in the house, like she had to re-engage with the community
Society,
or whatever.
Yeah.
And put her back in the home, something she wasn't expecting. I'm like, sis, you were standing at a concert after you had to learn how to walk again. I'm thinking you're okay. The microphone hit your shoulder, not your legs. So
maybe it's the anxiety that kept her in the house. I guess that's what she's saying. And I've been in the house so long because of my pre-existing illness. Time I got better. Cardi B threw me right back in the house. And now I can't leave because it's too much anxiety for me to walk outside and go to the store because I believe all 360 million Americans know about this. And when I go to the grocery store, to the gas station, they're all going to look at me and say, that's the woman Cardi B hit with the mic. And, please.
I don't know, Judge Mathis. I don't know about that because
I know. Ain't nobody know that girl. Bye.
Would you recognize her if you saw her? If you saw her right now, would you say that you did not see her face?
You didn't see her face at all. It's going by Jane Doe on the lawsuit.
But she said she's scared to go and let people see her.
Are you really affected by it? I think you were affected by the fact they sold that microphone for $99,000.
And you get no piece of it because you dropped the microphone after you got hit.
I mean, listen, you throwing water after somebody has already moved on. My grandmother used to say, play stupid games. You win some stupid prizes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, she could, quite frankly, I don't know if the lawsuit mentions assault because it was assault and it wasn't self-defense. Some might think it's self-defense. No, it's not self-defense if you're not in fear of bodily harm. Cardi B wasn't in fear of bodily harm when the woman threw the water. In fact, she's on stage and she can just walk away. Self-defense is when you're in fear of your own self. Correct. And so therefore you reacted. So
that was an aggressive reaction, you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
And perhaps she would sue for assault. But the question would, there's a couple of questions there. Cardi B could say, I suffer from embarrassment.
Yeah.
My counterclaim is you humiliated me, big star as I am, in front of tens of thousands of people. I'm embarrassed like this woman is embarrassed to go outside. What if Cardi B said, well, I'm embarrassed to continue my tour, and my tour was going to give me $30 million.
Right. That felt like grounds for a countersuit. I don't know. Because when you see Cardi B's face, it's clear that she did not expect that. And she didn't know what was in that cup. I don't know.
Baby oil.
Kenithia, I like you. We got to have her back on. We got to have her on with some questions. She's been searching everything. She is,
We definitely want you back.
This is a good one. But so overall, let's just say this. What's the verdict you all would say? With the Mathis verdict, we haven't really done that. That's a cool idea.
Let her give the verdict.
Yeah, what's the verdict for this one, you say?
I think that this may be dismissed as a frivolous lawsuit.
Okay.
Listen to a little bootleg lawyer over there.
Listen, hey, don't get him a history now.
She's either been at law school or she's been to jail. Either one.
No. Like I had another life. I was a paralegal.
I know you were jumping on everybody that looked at you wrong.
That's so funny. Well, you did say we have a mutual friend, Dion.
She's a friend of yours.
No, she was a producer on Trap Queens. She's from the streets.
I don't know about Dion.
Dion, she's from the streets.
Dion is from Detroit.
She worked on Trap Queens. No, Trap Queens. That's someone else.
Trap Queens, Dion.
Another Dion, yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought you were talking about one of my buddies, Dion from Detroit.
No, Dion Farron, great producer. Yeah. And she told me her friend had some questions for us and did not disappoint. And I know y'all both used to be out there and do it together.
Well, Dion is a great a great producer, and you're a great trap queen. Thank you.
Oh my God! I have never trapped in my life.
I thought that's what he was saying. I'm sorry. I thought that's what my son was saying.
I was saying she knew so much about these cases and about she either went to law school or she'd been to prison. And she never said which one, so I could only assume. And she knew Dion.
I got to admit, paralegal in another life.
Okay.
I gotta admit, even though I created the show Trap Queens, we've had 40 episodes. I haven't gotten time to watch 40 episodes, but I'm gonna look very closely because I'm just not gonna take your word.
Hey.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
He's just kidding. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you, and God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely. You guys do the same. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
She was great, huh?
Yeah, she was.
It was very, very entertaining, spoke well. But one thing you said, though, O.J. Simpson, God bless his soul. You think he made it up there?
Man, I think he turned his life around. I do think after he went to prison the second time, I believe that he was done.
But turning your life around is owning up to your sins and finding remorse in it.
I believe he may have.
In private.
Yeah, what do you want to do in public? But you want to get out here with these preachers doing all that proclaiming and throwing the fire and brimstone, and then you got a young boy in the back they get caught with?
If we want to be, if we want to be legal about it, we could say that he was never found guilty of anything. So what does he have to repent?
He's found liable.
Yeah, but that's everybody found liable.
No, that means they believe more likely than not that he did it.
Okay.
And I'm going to reserve my opinion about that.
Yeah, no, I think he did it. I'm gonna tell mine. I know he did it. So our next caller, we have Nakia, and she's going to be talking to us about the Teyana Taylor and the Shumpert case. And can you hear us over there?
I can.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? So basically, I'm gonna give a little backstory on this. Where are you calling from, actually?
I am in Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh, Gilbert, Arizona. Is that close to Phoenix, I'm guessing?
It is. So it's in the suburbs of Phoenix. So I'm about 30 minutes east of Central Phoenix.
Nice. So she wanted to call in about the Teyana Taylor versus Shumpert. Basically, they went through a divorce, and Teyana Taylor was ordered to pay her ex-husband, Shumpert, $70,000 in legal fees after she was found in contempt of court. A judge ruled that she violated the terms of their 2024 divorce agreement by leaking details of their settlement online. Both Taylor and Shumpert had accused each other of going public, but the court said that Taylor failed to provide evidence against him. She also refused to show proof of her income, calling it irrelevant, even though the judge noted that she had a recent acting roles in a fall TV deal. The court ultimately ruled she had the means to pay and issued the fine. $70,000. That's a lot of money.
It wasn't a fine. It was legal fees for Shumpert's
For him
lawyers.
taking her to court for being in.
That's correct.
Okay.
No, it's for her taking him to court. And she couldn't prove it. He had to get a lawyer to defend himself against the sanctions she was seeking. She was seeking $1,000 fine or sanction and 20 days, something or another. Was it jail or something? I did have it here. 20 days in jail. She wanted to send the man to jail. I get it, but, you got to prove it. What's your thoughts on that, Nakia?
Well, as I'll preface this by saying, just as a mother, like, they're not even thinking about the children. I'm just going to start there.
You're on to something.
Yeah, they're not thinking about the children, because even wanting to send the father of my children to jail over pettiness is just insane to me. It really, truly is.
Over the internet, that's what it would have done.
Over the internet.
Give him 20 days. They giving your daddy 20 days because of something he did on social media. That's what I want. I want them to send your daddy to jail.
I just want them to grow up. just grow up. Because how are you going to explain that to your children years down the road? Well, daddy couldn't come and pick you up for his weekend because, mommy sent him to jail for 20 days.
Well, you see that all the time in some marriages when the mothers actively all the time try and pit the children against the fathers. And
we don't know that that's the case,
We
though.
do not know.
She's saying,
Absolutely.
I don't think she tried to pit the children against their dad. I think she's saying the reality is that it's going to affect the children. And then she has to explain why is it that you pursued jailing of our dad?
No,
and
exactly.
She has this also because he said something bad about you on social media.
Exactly. And
I
wasn't saying that. I was just saying that that's what can lead to that conversation happening is if, or him talking to the kids, your mama didn't send me to jail. This way I ain't been around. Things like it just it gives discord to the family and to the children.
And resentment in some instances, right?
For sure. I mean, what happened to the old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones? Words never hurt. Like, just, take the high road. When they go low, you go high, the mentality, and just let it ride. But unfortunately, that didn't happen in this case.
Yep. So did you have like a specific question that you had or anything? Or
I just think, so my question is, it's clear that Teyana was trying to defend herself and her name, with everything that was floating around on the blogs and everything, because, I stay in the shade room, so I read some of the stuff. So, my question is, like, should she be, held in contempt or whatever the case may be, like, accountable for what happened when she was clearly defending herself? Like, should she be the person paying that fine?
Well, once again, it's not a fine, it's legal fees, but my observation is that they were both. Even though hers was just a reaction, she still gave details of the settlement to clarify what he disclosed, if in fact it is proven that he disclosed.
Right, what he allegedly in her
What
eyes.
he allegedly disclosed.
Exactly.
And she should have sued him then. Let me let you know, folks, when somebody does something you think has violated your rights and therefore you are entitled to sue and get a judgment for the pain they've caused you, well, it's pretty hard to prove that if you did the same thing.
Right.
Well, he did it first. Well, we got to go by the law. The law says neither one of you should say anything. So you should have just sued him. And he could have used that as a defense. And I think the judge would have thrown it all out. But you know what? I got to tell you, you can't get cute with the judge. When she told that judge it was irrelevant, the judge asked what you made, and she said it was irrelevant. You playing games with the judge, and that is the worst thing you can do. You can't tell a judge what's relevant or not. He'll decide what's relevant. He's asking for evidence of what you're here to prove. The judge is saying, here, woman, you done got me out of bed. Judge is sleeping till 10. Woman, you done interrupted my golf game. Judges go to play golf at 4. And you got me here with no evidence, talking crazy. Well, not crazy. She believes she spoke in the right manner, but I suggest that you don't speak quite like that to a judge. You got to have some nuances. You perhaps say, well, you know, Judge, I understand you want evidence of my income, but it's pretty complicated to put together because I have many sources of income. So I can't really pinpoint, Judge.
It's
now,
irrelevant.
I would go with that.
It's irrelevant.
No, I'm saying
that's what she said.
Yeah,
Contrast
right.
to that.
But in contrast,
Right.
right. That's what she should have said. Be a little nuance with these judges, y'all. I'm here to tell you. Yeah. Don't come into court looking disrespectful, because we regard it as disrespectful when you come in, say, with booty shorts, flip-flops,
T-shirt,
and a T-shirt with no bra. Or a man coming in there sagging with his pants halfway down his behind, and particularly if they dirty
shoes, dirty shirt.
You standing before me and the people behind you got to look at that old nasty dirty behind because you got your clothes halfway down and you got on the baseball cap turned the other way. No, you need to be as respectful as you can and try to impress the judge, folks. Try to impress it, even if it's a charge that you know you didn't commit, even if you feel you're being wronged. You got to do your best to win this judge over. That's the bottom line.
I've seen many cases of your show when people had winning arguments to a certain extent, and their behavior, their attitude lost the case for them.
Can he talk slick to the judge? You see what I do? I immediately say, boom, I'm going to hold you in contempt. This case is dismissed. You don't talk to me like that.
And the key, I used to work for his show, and my job was to take the litigants to and from the courtroom and to and out to their cars or to the car. And I used to have to hide my badge because if they knew that I was his son, they would have whipped my ass. I'm telling you. People used to come in there and say, I won my case. He just didn't listen. He didn't listen. All I said was I didn't like dogs. And then he dismissed the case.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
he's a bleeding heart liberal. And
what does that mean?
You don't know what a bleeding heart liberal is?
No.
Oh, yeah, that means you just don't want to hold anybody accountable. Everything they did, my heart says, let them off.
I used to be laughing. I didn't care at all. I'm just saying I had to hide my badge because I didn't want to get my ass whooped.
Let's get back to Nakia.
Yes, no, I agree. I mean, her stating that the amount that she was making was irrelevant, I think was irrelevant. She should have said that.
Yeah, you shouldn't talk to the judge like that. Right. That's considered talking slick to the judge. You can't talk slick to the judge.
I couldn't do it in my household growing up. Trust me, I know.
She really took an L. If she would have just played her cards right, you know, she would have probably been able to get off or maybe try to countersue in some way. The only issue, again, is that she didn't have any evidence.
I think the judge would have dismissed them both because they are both guilty of the same thing. It appears, allegedly. If it is true that he spoke about it, her response is the same thing. You spoke about it. And instead of suing, you both sued. However, you spoke on it as well. And the settlements are very clear. Mm-hmm. Don't discuss with anyone.
And that's what I was wondering too. You can't even tell your mother.
Sure can't.
You can't tell a friend.
Nope.
You can tell the priest.
I guess if you go to, let me see, if you're a Catholic and you go
well, I guess the priest just couldn't tell. That would be bad.
There's some law behind that, I believe. I believe you can tell. That's what I'm saying.
You can, yeah.
Well, you get your law information from
Jesus.
Okay. But no, I believe you, so that's the issue. The issue is both of them allegedly spoke on it. And like you're saying, Amir, you can't tell anyone. Now, is that practical or reasonable? No. They're telling people in their immediate circle. Mm-hmm. And so it's unreasonable to think that that's not going to happen. Right. So it may not have been him that posted it or leaked it. It may be someone he told.
And but
you can't say that it's him that told.
And that's probably the point of why they have it, so you can't tell anyone, because they know that if you do tell one person, they can tell many others.
Correct. Or if you have someone doing it for you, that you're still liable, folks. I'm going to tell you, you cats, if you have someone do something for you that's wrong, it's called suborning, meaning
What?
Suborning. Suborning perjury is that term is used for the most part. When you encourage a witness to lie on your behalf. Yeah, you're not telling the lie. So you're not committing perjury, but you've told the witness to lie for you. So that's called suborn perjury.
I'm writing that down for
in
later.
this case,
I need to see if that's a real word.
all right, go ahead, take your time, all the time you need. All right. So
someone send that to our elected officials.
there you go. So yeah, all of them, not just the president, all of them. That's right.
Every last one of them.
That's right. They suborn everything.
Everything.
But no, so that's the term, and if you get somebody to do your dirty work,
Right.
you can't say I didn't have anything to do with it. You ask them to do it for you.
Okay.
So
I don't know how his stuff got out there. I mean, pillow talking or whatever he has going on. But let me tell you something. He just had a song to come out around that time, and I'm thinking, you know what? I haven't seen him since Dancing with the Stars, so maybe he was trying to, remain relevant,
Right.
So he can sell some albums.
he just on the
never
come
know.
up. He trying to get his life back together.
Yeah.
A divorce, it appears, destroyed him. I mean, some folks, they don't mind. Hey, take your half. We built this together, half and half, no problem.
And this is so
some
sad,
cats
'cause-
get broke down by that, and it's really a big deal.
No, I'm just saying it's so sad because I think that we were all a fan of them when they were in the early stages and happy, and they had their show and stuff. And it's just unfortunate when things happen, no matter what the issue is. Just when, especially black couples, when they don't work out.
Yeah, we're not going to go into what happened because I'm sure the allegations. She says there was no infidelity, so just there you have it.
Sad situation.
Whatever the case, communication problems, finance problems, different values toward different things. There's many reasons that folks separate, or divorce in this case. So I wish both of them well.
Yeah.
I respect the brother.
Have you seen her new boo? Have you seen her new boo? I mean, she's doing well.
We ain't getting into all that.
I respect him as a man.
And we wouldn't talk about his new boo also.
And I admire her accomplishments.
Absolutely.
So those are my final words toward both of them. Respect and admiration.
But send me a text to whoever it is. I want to see
I'll send it to you.
after the show.
All right. Yeah. She moved on, though, that's for sure.
Good. I wanted to have, we want her to be happy. Those who are on her side. I'm on her side and have her being happy. And I want the brother to be happy as well.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, it sounds like it took a divorce for that to occur.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Nakia, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And you stay cool out there.
Yeah, that won't happen until October.
Those are some great callers.
Yeah.
We actually had a drop caller who didn't make it to the show, which is unfortunate. That means that we just got to start, booking more. But what we do have, we have an interview with April that we did previously. And so we're going to go to that and sign off from there. And so Chris Brown was arrested in May 2025 from attack on a producer a few years ago in a nightclub. Basically, he posted a $5 million security bond, and he's allowed to travel while he's on tour, but he will be facing that lawsuit. And April had a question about that she wanted to ask. And
That's what she called him about, Chris Brown case.
Hey.
You still got a crush on that boy, on that man. He was a boy when your crush started. Now he's a man.
Right.
And you still got a crush on him. You better stop that crushing on Chris Brown. Don't have your Uncle Greg getting no goons out because that boy mistreats you. Again, he might know better. If he don't, I'm letting him know. Chris Brown, leave my niece April alone. She got a crush on you, but don't you make a move on her. So that's an official threat to Chris Brown about April Gaines.
But watch out, CB. But yeah, what's your question, April? Let's hear it.
Okay, so my question is, considering that Chris Brown has been arrested before for assault, do you think that'll affect how he'll be treated fairly with the case?
Well, it may affect sentencing if he's found liable, or the award rather, because this is a civil lawsuit and not a criminal prosecution. So in that case, if it has shown a pattern of this type of conduct, they can enter it, particularly in a criminal defense. In a criminal case, you can only mention what they call past bad acts, if there's a pattern. For example, if you have a one-off fight with someone, and that's the only fight you've ever been in, and you have one more incident 15 years later, well, I don't see that as a pattern. I see that as she had a fight 15 years ago and she had another one this year. Now you get to that third fight, then you have a pattern, and it should be held against you. But however, in the civil claim, it's a little different. So they might be able to ask him about it were he to get on the stand.
And you got to watch out for the jurors, because everyone knows Chris Brown. They know the Rihanna story. So he might have to worry about the jurors who end up ultimately deciding whether he's innocent or guilty, because they just have an emotional connection to his story.
Well, what happens is you object before it's able to come out. When the plaintiff or the prosecutor, if it was criminal, when the plaintiff is plaintiff's lawyer attempts to ask about a previous incident, then the defense lawyer would jump up and say, I object. And he would say, I object because there's no foundation that you would ask about previous acts. There hasn't been a pattern established. So that is what would be discussed and determined. And if the objection is successful, the jury won't ever hear it, because they stopped him from saying it. They stopped the plaintiff's lawyer or prosecutor from asking him the question. So in that case, it would not be entered in a way that the jury could hear it. Even if there was concern about whether this is admissible at all to mention, the judge might have the lawyers approach the bench and have a private counsel with the lawyers.
Got it.
Outside of the ear of the jury.
What you think should happen to him, April? You sad for your boo?
I'm not sad. No, I'm not sad.
Like if you saw Chris Brown hit somebody in the head upside the club, you'd probably help him run to the back door, right? Like, get out of here, baby.
No.
Get out of here,
Thank
baby.
you. Don't try and accuse my niece of being an accomplice to a crime or an accessory after the fact.
Hey, you do it for the people that you love. You do it for the ones you love.
What do you think should happen, though? I mean, you know of his background. Give us some more facts of the case.
Basically, they were in the club, got into an altercation. I'm not sure who started it. That's hearsay, but the guy said that, they started the argument, hit him upside the head with the bottle. He had to go to the hospital. He had head injuries, visible injuries. He submitted the case, went to the courthouse that day, filed a claim at the police station. And Chris Brown hadn't been to London in a year and a half, where they, were able to arrest him.
So this is a criminal prosecution and not a civil lawsuit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, a criminal.
Oh, I thought it was a civil lawsuit like they do to every other entertainer.
Oh, no, he was arrested. That's why I said arrested.
Oh,
he is facing jail time.
Then certainly you have to prove there's a pattern of conduct such as this in order for it to be admissible.
Yeah.
However, I think you can conclude it is a pattern that he gets angry and assaults people. I think we've had enough of those claims and convictions
Yeah.
to indicate that it might be viewed as a pattern and therefore allowed to come into evidence his
Right.
previous acts. So now what do you think based on what you heard? Because he is the actual person that hit the guy. Wasn't his security, right?
It was not security.
It was Chris
him.
Brown
It was
himself.
Him hitting it. And the thing is, it's like you can't even at this point do a settlement really because it's criminal.
No, correct.
criminal,
And that's why I thought it was perhaps a civil lawsuit.
No, he was arrested. He was in jail. He was on tour. He stopped in London, and they basically, with the $5 million bond, allowed him to travel Europe. Only in Europe, he still has to check in while he's on parole.
See, and that's why I need a clerk that knows the facts of the cases.
Yeah, you know, do what I do.
Judges don't know anything. They rely on their clerk. So he's my clerk. He's
what I
telling
do.
me the facts of the case and the details that'll allow me to determine guilt or innocence or the jury thereof and the sentence appropriate to the crime he's convicted of.
Well, do you have any more questions, April, or is that good? Or did we answer your question?
Yes, you answered my question.
Do you want him to get, if he's convicted, do you want him to get some time? Do you think he should get some time for hitting someone over the head with the bottle? What was the injury? Were there severe injuries?
It was
Hit somebody over the head,
was a
yeah.
gash,
Oh, a gash in his head?
Yeah, no, he had to get stitches.
That's
it was bad.
attempted murder or felonious assault.
Yeah.
For
It
sure.
can get bad. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was a U.S., I don't know what their laws dictate or require for it to be considered attempted murder, but hitting someone over the head with a bottle, which has a high likelihood of either permanent injury or death, could be construed as such.
Yeah.
Attempted murder.
But yeah, April, we thank you and we appreciate it, and hopefully answered your question,
welcome.
and we will talk to you later.
Hopefully
thank
there's
you, thank
justice
you.
served, and the man who was victimized, if it's proven to be true.
Hopefully, Bay get off.
And on the other hand, Chris Brown, I hope this is something that if it occurred, that he uses this once again as an opportunity to seek some help. The brother need help. You keep popping off like that, and you've already had a case or two. That's abnormal. And like I always say, if people do abnormal things, they're abnormal.
I agree with that.